Thank you, Nolan, for coming through.
Thank you.
How did you come about with the idea in the first place?
Well, my co-founder and myself, we were really working at one of the larger petroleum companies in South Africa. And while we were implementing, we were tasked to implement fuel payment systems. And what we found was that the systems were really old, outdated, and expensive.
Right.
They haven't really evolved in the past 15 to 20 years. And as users, we were frustrated with what we had to work with. So that's how, when we decided it's time to build a new system, looking at new technologies that are pervasive and cost-effective.
Sounds like the fourth industrial revolution.
Well, hopefully we're ahead of the fourth industrial revolution. Yeah, it's been an interesting journey so
far. How does it work, though?
So we've got various flavors of the system, but
Sure.
I suppose in layman's terms, you can get a mobile application.
Okay.
So we've got very low-level integration to gas stations. So a driver will basically pull up at a gas station, enter the fuel pump number, and we will connect to the fuel pump. And there's a lot of rules and technology behind it.
Right.
If the driver is allowed to fill up based on the rules and credit checks,
right,
we will actually connect to that fuel pump and authorize that pump to dispense fuel.
Absolutely.
And the driver drives off and gets an electronic receipt.
Yeah, it sounds like you're getting into some Americanese quickly into your system. You're talking about a gas station. We say it's a petrol station.
Yes, yeah.
So you're going to the US. Tell me about that. How did you get the break into the US?
Yes, so towards the end of last year, we actually applied for one of the largest global accelerators in San Francisco. I think there were about 900 odd companies that applied worldwide.
Sure.
And they selected just over 30, and we were lucky enough
Amongst
to be one of the 30, yes.
Wow, well done.
So it was a really nice platform for us to get introduced to potential partners, clients, and just to spend time. We spent about 4 months there, just
Sure.
researching the industry, looking for a product market fit, and to see how our product can actually work in the United States.
Yeah, and that's opened other doors now.
It's looking very promising, yes. Our roots are still very firmly in Africa. We operate in a lot of countries in Africa with partners as well as ourselves. But yeah, there's always, we're focusing on a global problem. Just to maybe give you
Sure.
a bit of background.
Yeah.
Without any systems in place, fleet companies can lose up to 15% of their fuel spend.
Wow.
Due to fraud, mismanagement, and theft.
Sure.
And it's high-value ticket
And
items.
your system eliminates that?
Our system certainly reduces it. Eliminate is a very strong word. But we see consistent returns of between 9 to 12%, where companies don't even acknowledge that they have an actual fuel theft problem.
Yeah.
Just the fact that there is a system in place and that all the stakeholders are notified in real time,
right,
kind of sends the message that fraud is being curbed.
Right. So let's talk about the African print that you're looking to build.
Yeah, so at this point we operate in about 7 countries in Africa already.
Wow, you've got a lot to go to, hey?
47. Still a lot to go. We're hoping to be one of the largest fuel payment processors in Africa in the next few years. So we work very tightly with some of our partners in various countries, and they really build a business around Payment24 as well. So apart from just reselling the product, they also build and sell value-added services around that.
And when you're going into the continent, what are you looking at? What do you consider before you move in?
One of the main things for us, if we're looking at partners, the partners should be kind of in the industry. The fuel industry is actually fairly specialized.
Right.
If you're in it, you would know all the nuances around it. So we're looking at partnerships and companies that deal with petroleum companies, banks, etc., and then larger players.
Right.
And then obviously there's a whole support model around that, and there's various flavors of how we introduce a system into countries. Of course, we can't be in all the countries. We've got a kind of a roadmap of where we want to be, and where we will open our own offices or go the partnership route.
You're going to include Nigeria, right?
Certainly, that's a huge.
Yeah.
Yes, Nigeria is a huge market for us. We do have partners there. That 15% fuel and fraud and theft stats that I told you, about probably increases like doubly. It's probably 30% odd. Yeah, and they definitely have a need for a system like ours.
Absolutely. I'm going there at the weekend. I'm going to tell them that.
Please do.
Thanks very much indeed for joining us today.
Thank you.
That's the joint CEO of Payment24, Nolan Daniel, with